Were you reaching out to them or?
Yeah. Oh man, I was doing the whole what Gary says thing, which is DMing, messaging, just throwing your name. If someone needs an editor and they have a specific style, I quickly try to recreate that, send it to them. Hey, look, I can do that too if you need something. I was on that day and night, dude.
So what, well,
I'm not
like
even
what,
exaggerating.
like let's say someone has some basic editing skills and they really want to work themselves up to working with Thomas Frank. What would be your advice to them?
When it comes to reaching out, I can't say there is a specific strategy, but I will say just keep putting yourself out there. Even if someone looks more qualified than you, just say, I can do the same thing. Even if you have to technically lie, if you lie about that, at least freaking learn it that same day. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean?
So it's
Um,
finding the creators whose content you like and just reaching out and just doing that every day, every day. I like the analogy you had, the stair step analogy, where it's like go for the 1,000
oh,
subscriber channel, and then
yeah.
once you did work with them, go with the 10,000 subscriber channel. That's what you did, right?
Yeah, yeah, no, I literally saw it as a ladder. If I'm good enough for 10K, what makes me different than being good enough for 50K? Oh, I did 50K. Now let's go for 100K. It's weird. It's a numbers game, but it wasn't about money or anything. It was just more of I can work with this big of an audience for you,
Mm-hmm.
you know? So,
And so how do you work yourself up to working with Thomas Frank?
so I actually it sounds cheesy, but man, I am very grateful that I met Tom in the time that I did. So the way that happened was I lost my job. This was a little after, maybe a year after I lost my job with Dolan. And in that year, I worked with a lot of small creators, getting paid maybe $100 a month. It was just really low. And then there came a point where I'm, like, you know what, man, let's get a job again, because I left the gym too to pursue editing for Dolan. So let's get a job again, get some money, and keep finding people to work with. And then it was I think it was around March of 2018, something like that. My friend Natalie texted me. She's like, "Hey, this YouTuber I watch named Thomas Frank, he makes these kind of videos and he's looking for an editor. You should apply." And I looked at Tom's stuff, never heard of him. I never knew about this productivity lifestyle side of YouTube, so that was new to me as well. And then I'm, you know what? What's the harm? I need work, and I didn't even actually acknowledge his big of an audience immediately. What I acknowledged more was what he was making,
Mm-hmm.
And then it was after, I think it was a little after I applied, I was like, oh, this guy has a lot of viewers.
You didn't realize that
No,
before.
I didn't. No, there's no way he's gonna accept me. I've only worked at the time. I think I've worked at most with 300K
Yeah.
outside of Dolan, of course.
Yeah.
So, and then it was a little after he got back to me. And the only reason he said that I stuck out to him the most compared to everyone else was literally because of my work with Planet Dolan. Because he's, oh, this guy already has experience working with a YouTuber with
Mm-hmm.
YouTube videos.
Yeah.
He must know what I need. Well,
Why do you think you got the job? There's probably a bunch of people that applied, right? Why you? Was it mostly because you worked with another YouTube creator?
when I approached him very honestly. Like, listen, I see you're looking for an editor. I like your style. I haven't watched a lot of this, but this intrigues me. I've worked with Planet Dolan. Here's two other people I've worked with. Here's what I know. Here's what I can get better at. And then here's a link to my own YouTube channel just so you can see my face, know who I am.
Mm-hmm.
And I like to think part of it is because oh, we worked with Planet Dolan, you know what you're doing. But I feel like part of it might have also just been me, because even till now, there is nothing else I want to be doing except what I'm doing now, and I'm sure he noticed that. I wasn't going to be there for a month, 2 months, and then leave because a better opportunity came. I wanted something long term.
So it seems, I mean, it's kind of building that portfolio, right? You just had worked with so many clients, and I mean, people want to work with people that have done the same type of work. So
Exactly, yeah. And that's why I'm grateful that I did all those little jobs, even if they weren't so fulfilling or whatever, because it just gave me a bigger list of work to show. I would rather have, I'm going to use another Gary term here, but I would rather show that I had 100 videos or 100 at-bats to show what I'm capable of than only one really good video. Because sometimes it's not even about how great that one video is. Sometimes they just want to see the different styles that you can approach. So if they want to be creative, they know you can be creative with them.
yeah,
You know what I mean? So,
yeah, and that's probably having your own stuff was probably also helpful, right? Because I mean, I think whenever someone has their own stuff, it kind of shows their own proactiveness and willing to kind of be creative and experiment.
oh, exactly, yeah. And That's the thing too. It also shows someone. It goes back to leading by example kind of thing, where someone can say, "Oh, I'm all about." Let's for example say someone who's, yeah, I'm all about sports and I love sports, but they watch sports maybe once a month or once a week. But then you have this other guy who doesn't talk about it much, but he's watching every game, every highlight. He likes to just talk about it with friends. It just shows that it feels like he has more of an interest than the guy who says it.
Yeah.
Because he's showing all of his interest right away. And then when it came to me and my channel, dude, I was uploading almost every other day on my channel at the time. I was trying to find work, and I'm sure that comes across, oh, this guy really does want to do this.
Yeah, totally.
So, yeah.
So you moved to Denver, right, to work with Thomas Frank?
Yeah, that has still been the highlight of my life, man. So what had happened was Tom had mentioned he wanted us to meet so we can do an editing school type thing, because he still knew way more than I did, and he wanted to work together so he can show me a couple things. And
so at this point, you guys had been working together for a little bit, or?
So we were a little less than a year. I want to say around 8 months of working remotely. And then he had the idea, why don't you come meet me? We can chat and do some editing stuff. I went with my friend Natalie. We flew down here, and then it was literally that same day that we met, we talked, where I realized how beneficial I felt it was for us both to work in person. But I didn't think of it much at the time. And it was the next day, because I was here for 4 days, where he was, I believe, as I recall it, he said it kind of jokingly, but he was kind of like, oh, yeah, Denver's a great place. You could always move here. And then in my head, I'm like, wait, no, I can. Nothing's holding me back. Why not? And literally, dude, 3 months later, I came down here.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Why not? I have nothing else to lose. Like, I have nothing to lose back home. I miss my family, of course, but like,
yeah,
this is for me,
And so that's been how long?
We're at 2 years working together, but then me living here and working in person, it's been maybe a year and a half.
And so you're his main editor. You edit all of his videos.
Yeah, I do most of the work now. We have a really cool system, which Tom plans to make a video on. When it comes to me, the way we work is I'll get all the footage and what have you. I'll do the A-cut. I will do usually the ad. So we try to get the ad out for approval as soon as possible. And then it depends on the project and depends on the day. And the way it works is, let's say this project is fairly simple in the sense of it's a video where I don't need a lot of feedback because it's kind of straight to the point. I'll take 3 days. On the third day, Tom can look at it, see if he likes it, make any adjustments, and then it goes up. But when we're pressed for time, or maybe we kind of bit off more than we could chew because of other side projects, he sometimes goes ahead and edits as well, which kind of sometimes makes me feel bad, but it's also like we have to be realistic. I cannot edit all of these in the deadline we need. Like, we need someone else to help. And then he'll totally do it, and he still loves doing it, so that's good. And then that's pretty much it, though. But yeah, so just to put it kind of like nip it, I guess, it's more like, yeah, I edit for him. But the thing is, too, I also help him a lot with behind-the-scenes stuff. So if he wants to record stuff outside, or we're going to get different kind of shots, I'm also always behind the camera, helping with lighting sometimes. And it's fun. I get to do more than just editing.
Yeah.
Both for myself, but because, I get to learn new skills and whatnot. But it makes me feel a little more valuable to the team. Like, yeah, I'm not just sitting on my butt being, where's the next video? He's in the trenches. I'm there with him.
Yeah. You're creating alongside him. It goes back to that sense of ownership we were talking about before. Yeah.
So it's fun, dude. Yeah, I don't know. What we do.
What would you say are the biggest things you learned from both Dolan and Thomas Frank from working with them?
When it comes to Tom, dude, honestly, the biggest thing I've gotten from Tom is it's actually 3 things. One of them is definitely going to be I really do, even though sometimes it stresses me the F out, I really do enjoy being challenged. So the good thing about him is sometimes he can't sit still on a project. He needs to work on it now, or he just got an idea, so he wants to just jump on it. Sometimes it catches me off guard. I'm not ready, but no, you know what? Screw it. What's the worst that can happen? So I have that. His passion for camera gear and tech and all that, it naturally fits me because I'm learning too. I don't learn as fast as him, but I learned so much gear stuff because of him, where now if someone's, hey, do you know how to handle this camera or whatever, or this gimbal? Dude, I worked with the best stuff. I got you. So that's great. And then the last thing from time I learned, though, is I don't know how else to put it, but how much more there is out there to make money than like YouTube. Like he says, even if literally the website or like YouTube crashed, his channel died, he would not worry because he
Yeah,
knows other things.
because
And
he's
that's true.
you could argue that he's not running a YouTube channel, he's running a business, right? And that the
Exactly.
YouTube channel is just one, I guess, content marketing channel into the business,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, we do so much. He knows so much that yeah, if this business quote unquote goes down, that doesn't mean also he will not want to keep making videos. He will. It's just we know other ways to keep ourselves afloat, and that in itself is a skill, I think, and
Mm,
it's something that everyone should know.
yeah,
You know.
yeah,
So yeah, I again that's only a couple things. I have really learned a lot. It's just I would need to sit down and write it because I'm yeah, what did I learn? I learned a lot of stuff.
yeah.
Um,
I mean, it's part of the lessons you learn working with these people is just, I mean, just being submerged in that environment. There's so much stuff you don't even realize, right? Just habits that you adopt, or just mindsets you adopt by being around.
yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, and thanks to Tom too, I've met so many creators. I have met more creatively fulfilling and inspirational people in my life just from knowing him. Because
Hmm.
naturally it comes with me knowing him. Yeah, I don't know. I think if anything, the connections too has been amazing. Just to know that I can finally say, hey, I've watched Linus Tech Tips for almost 7 years, and I actually got to meet him and the crew because we just had a video idea that we wanted to try. Man, that's a dream come true, so to speak.
There you have it. I hope you enjoyed that clip. If you want more career informational interviews like this one, make sure to subscribe to the channel. I set a personal goal for the first 90 days of 2021 to upload one video every week. So there's a lot more coming. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.